people. I want to help. To me, that's what I was taught to do. My father always taught us we were more fortunate than most, and we owed because of it.
In 2010, you were voted one of the 50 most influential women in Mecklenburg County by Mecklenburg Time. Hold on a second. We got to take a break. We'll be right back with Councilwoman Claire Fallon.
Find out what the interests of people are and try to balance them, because that's what legislation should be all about.
What you have to look at is how the light rail has transformed Charlotte.
We always want to be out front, showing what can be done.
We govern best when more people have a voice.
Thank you for watching the show. You be encouraged. Thank you and welcome back on the Paul Brown Show with my guest, City Councilwoman Claire Fallon. Welcome back, Ms. Claire.
Thank you.
As we were saying, you were voted one of the 50 most influential women in the Mecklenburg County by Meck Time. What did that selection mean to you?
I thank them for the honor. Medals don't mean anything to me. What means something to me is the difference I can make in somebody's life.
That's deep. How are we dealing with the crimes? Because the crime rate is reducing. I applaud Chief Monroe and all the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police
They are
Department.
wonderful. They are wonderful, and the way they're policing now
Correct.
gets to the problem. What we have to do is pass a budget, and we need, because we've grown so, we need 6 police stations in different parts of the county.
Okay.
And we have to do that. And we also need a command post where the fire department comes together with the police department and the medic, so that when someone calls, the dispatching is faster. And in case there's a tragedy, and you know, we've been very lucky down here. Tornado, hurricane, ice storm, again, they would be in one place being able to help each other without that timeline of calling to another place.
Because I remember, it's like we stated as far as when we had such as big as the Democratic National Convention. You know, you have to applaud everyone that was involved.
Our
because
police were so wonderful. I was waiting for somebody to pick me up because they took us through the lines, and 2 officers from another city started to talk. I talked to them first, and they talked to me, and they were amazed that a council person would talk to them, because where they came from, they don't. They said they avoid them. And in fact, they asked me, were there any jobs down here? And I told them where to apply and stuff. That is such an honor that other policemen who are not new, they were where they were at least 10, 15 years, would want to come to this city because they felt they were treated so well, and that the people treated them so well, and that they could talk to a council person just normally. I'm a regular person. That's why when you call me, my name is Claire.
Okay. You know, Claire, being on that city council, and I applaud each one of y'all because y'all do an outstanding job from the mayor on down. How does it feel like being in that position?
It just gives me the little power to do what's good for the community. It gives me that ability to be able to pick up a phone and say, this needs to be done. Could you do it? There's a pothole there. Could it get filled? Who owns that property? There's a big problem there. Can we talk to them?
And going back, does it make you feel differently having that position? Because just like the policeman stated, it was like uncommon for someone, city council, women, men, or someone that political area to speak to them.
I'm a regular person. I'm not any different than any citizen walking down the street. I've just had the ability and the time to be able to do this.
What would you consider to be some of the great things that we have to offer other citizens to come to Charlotte?
Oh, we have beautiful neighborhoods. We have very nice people. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of jobs soon because we are building
Correct.
the foundation for jobs, and people are coming here. And I think once this economy gets better to the point where people can sell their houses other places, they'll come here. Charlotte's a lovely place to be in.
It is, and it's growing every day. They're building the stadium for the Knights baseball team. Oh, you look.
Not my favorite thing.
It's not.
No, it wasn't because I didn't understand why you'd come 20 miles to lose. Right.
So you feel like it won't be financially benefit to
I
have.
hope it is. All right. My feeling is it won't be, but I hope it is.
So so what would you feel would be the logical thing as far as that we should have done in that decision-making process?
I can see $8.5 million or $11 million put into the communities better. Why did we lose 2 little children? Because there weren't sidewalks. That's what the money should have gone to.
Why do we have to wait until something of that nature in order to?
I don't know. That's what I'm here for. Why? Why? Why isn't the money put in the communities? Why do we have money for everything else but?
Why is it so important that we get the people to come out and speak out, come to the city council meetings, come to a lot of these meetings?
That is
Why?
so important. Because let me tell you something. Everybody sits there behind that dais and looks up to see who's there. Who do they know? What's there? Who's coming to what? Are they going to complain, or is there something they want? That's how you hear what the public wants. I get a lot of emails, all right? An awful lot of emails. And it's usually motivated by someone against something, other than when you're doing something they like. And then I got 1,500 emails on the streetcar saying we don't want it, all right? That's how I know. And it does influence you. Don't let anybody ever tell you it doesn't. It does. But it's supposed to. You are supposed to hear what the people are asking. Not just a small minority, but what generally the people want. And that you can only hear when they come and talk to us or email us or call us.
So it's very important that we as citizens get more involved.
I need the feedback. I need to know. I also need to know that you think I'm doing the right thing. And I do weigh how many people feel I am and how many people feel I'm not. And then I have to weigh why they're doing that. Why? What is the people's passion? Not a small group who has a vested interest in something or wants something or feels it's coming to them. But what do the people in general want? And that's all the people. I don't look at where I live or down south or east or west. I try to see and listen to all the people. And that means Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, crazy, not crazy, right?
Being in the at-large position, you have the whole.
That's right. And I'll tell you, the day that my husband died very unexpectedly. He wasn't sick. It was just the most traumatic thing because it happened during a vote when I was a planning commissioner, when I was called. Whatever reason God had, he did it, all right? And it was 6 months later, and I think I was still in shock. I realize now I was probably in shock, and I'm just really starting to come out of it the second year. I was called twice by 2 different people, why don't you run? And I said no. About 3 o'clock, one of the people called again and said, Claire, think about it, run. I said, all right. By 5 o'clock, I said to myself, are you out of your mind? And to run for the first time at large?
Correct.
Holy cow.
Your husband, how long were you married, and what impact was he in your life?
He was the most brilliant man I ever knew. He was a historian. He could tell you back before Christ why things happened, how they happened, sequent events. He was the wind beneath my wings. He was non-judgmental of me. He would tell me what he thought, but he was always there. And I miss him.
Do you wish you would have ran for a position while he was still here?
No. I would not have taken that time
You
from
wouldn't?
him. Between all the committees I was on and the planning commission, which took up a lot of time,
Right.
I wouldn't have taken that extra time away from him. We spent most of our time together. We did a lot of traveling together. I would not have taken that from him. I never intended to run, and I had been asked before I ever moved to Charlotte to run, and I wouldn't do it. I'm a community person. I'm a civic person. I'm not a politician. You can see that by the trouble I get myself in. I am not a rubber stamp. I do not go along to get along. I logically sit down and think things through, and people get very angry because I will not follow.
And isn't that what it takes to be a good politician?
That's what it takes to be a citizen. It's not always easy because you become an outsider very easily.
But you can sleep good at night knowing that you made a decision that was best for the people.
Yeah, and it's hurtful to have people screaming and yelling at you because they don't think you're part of a team. Well, I have to do what I think is right.
And that's the reason why we love you. And we want you to continue to give it for us because we depend on yourself and a lot of the city council individuals in that office to make that decision for us.
I am there for the people.
Correct.
I am there for the working people. I am there for public safety. I am there to help. That is why I got elected.
Thank you for coming on the show, City Councilwoman Green Fallon. Anytime you want to come in, you just let me know, and
Thank you, Paul.
I really appreciate you coming on, and informing the community. Ladies and gentlemen, this is City Councilwoman Green Fallon. She's out here for your best interests. Let's get involved. Get in contact with Ms. Fallon. Let her know what's going on.
Love to hear from
Correct,
people.
correct.
Love to know what they think. Love to know if they want me to do something other than what I'm doing.
You be encouraged. Thank you. Watch